blown away
Does
fear.
anybody see you coming into the restaurant and say, holy shit, Noelle's here, fix everything, let's get everything in it?
No. They're like, hi.
That is correct.
So
Restaurant Punk, what's up? Restaurant Punk.
Restaurant Punk, welcome.
Restaurant Punk. What's up, Nick? What's up, Noelle? What's up, Yianni?
Hi, Yianni.
What's happening? What's going on?
Welcome.
You all right?
We're great.
I like your
I
shirt.
thought we were about to go into an ASMR video.
What color? What is that? Is that blue?
I would call this a sky blue.
A sky blue?
If we're going Crayola color, not quite a robin's egg.
So there's no green in there whatsoever, right? I'm not going colorblind or anything.
No green.
Do you think?
Is your shirt kind of pink?
Yes, it is.
Was it a white shirt that got washed with a red scarf?
It's actually of salmon descent. Is it salmon or salmon? Salmon.
Salmon.
Depends on who you're trying to impress.
Well, I don't know.
Salmon.
What's the you want to do the whole water thing
Salmon.
or salmon? Salmon because it sounds like SAMMIN salmon.
Yeah.
So I get the salmon.
I want
Really?
the
No?
salmon.
Really weird. And if I ever talk to you and I go salmon, it means like okay. Don't ask me why. Like I'll like sometimes I'll be like yeah. salmon. Never mind. Anyway, topic today.
So yes, my shirt is pink.
Okay.
Definitely, and your shirt is. There's no green in there
There's
whatsoever.
no green in this whatsoever.
If you're colorblind, can you work in a kitchen? Would that up?
Well, I actually.
That's a topic for another one. Can we save that topic?
Do you want to do that?
Is that whole topic? That I don't know if we can knock out 15 minutes on that one topic, but I don't want to do that topic. No, it was just a thought.
Can I tell a quick anecdote though?
Absolutely.
So I do have an employee who is colorblind.
Front of the house or back of the house?
Back of the house.
No shit.
Yeah. He's the dishwasher.
Okay.
But he does occasionally help out with some prep things.
Oh, is that the kid?
Yeah.
Kid? Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Sometimes I'll be like, yo, Landon, give me and I have to be very careful with what I say because I'll be like, give me the bottle of pink shit.
Give me the bottle of pink shit.
And he's like, I can't see pink.
Yeah, but there's like there's like a bottle and it looks a little red. There's one that's like, more pink. So he'll be like, Nick, I don't really know which one is the pink shit because I can't see it. And I'll be like, yeah.
You should just write pink shit on it.
I didn't notice at first because I would ask for things like, oh, give me the orange brush. Give me the red brush. Where's the blue spatula?
Oh, so you didn't know right off the bat.
I didn't know right off the bat. And then he was giving me like random shit. Or he would just tell me like, oh, I don't know. So like he wasn't upfront about it. So like he would kind of like skirt around it.
Is
And he'd
that
be like,
something
I think
that you're
it's
like embarrassed of?
Yeah, so he would kind of be like, oh, I think it's like over in the bin over there. And then I would look for it. I'd be like, no, this is the red one. But I didn't know at first. And then I kind of
he did not volunteer that information.
Yeah.
So it didn't happen. I can personally say that I think it's dyslexia. Dyslexia, where you can't write.
Read it right.
I knew the guy for years. Right. But he would write shit on the checks. And it would be like the wrong letter, like falafel with a PH.
Right.
And I'm like, what's his problem? And they told me dyslexia. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not part of an interview or it's not something that somebody volunteers. The colorblind thing, I just randomly just said that shit. And now you're telling me you got somebody in the kitchen with color blindness. Right. Which is, it's not black and white they see, right?
No,
it's
they,
am I going to
they
get destroyed?
See different
prisms, versions of shit, right? Okay.
Yeah,
I think like certain colors will kind of blend together.
Like brown will kind of look like a burgundy or vice versa. Like
I feel like it's more like dog vision.
I'm gonna YouTube that and see if there's a visionary kind of thing.
A what?
Like a video on how a colorblind person sees. How do we get into this? This is all based off of your shirt.
Okay, but one more quick anecdote.
So this is the episode now.
But also this kind of goes into like if you store chemicals and things like in the same general area or like bottles and things that are of the same color. So quick story. So my mom has over her grill like a bottle of oil, right? Now the bottle that she uses is an oil bottle. So it's a yellow bottle. Okay. Like the container that the oil comes in.
The outside of it is yellow.
The outside of it is yellow.
All right.
So there's another product that they had in the kitchen that was also yellow, but it was degreaser or grill acid.
Oh no.
So what happens is my mom tells the girl, go into the back, grab the bottle of oil. Now the girl knows that the bottle is yellow, but she doesn't read. So she fills the bottle for the oil, the squirt bottle with grill acid.
No.
Yeah. So nobody realized like at first. So now they have like stuff cooking on the grill. And then like my mom walks past and she looks at the grill and it's like foaming. And she's like, what the kind of meat is this? Right?
It's immediately the meat's fault.
And then she caught like the smell.
Yeah.
And she was like, because she didn't realize like exactly like at what point
did
had
anybody
it
get
gone
food
into the bottle.
No shit.
Versus, you know, like what went out. And so she's like freaking out now, right? So my mom goes in the dining room. She's like, stop eating. Stop from eating because she doesn't want to kill anybody. It was just one of those like really bizarre situations of, you know, not properly communicating or.
I think we can all agree that this happens daily across the country, across the world. Mistakes are made, but those mistakes can hurt people,
kill
make them sick.
Literally hurt people. Was there any confirmation on whether or not anybody...
nobody got anything. That was literally like the first thing that went on the grill after it was
I'd
done.
have a heart attack.
Great catch.
Yeah.
Great catch.
Well, it should have never
when
happened.
your meat is foaming.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
You got a topic? I think we're starting a topic, but you know.
Well, the original topic was how do you like managing people?
How do I like managing people?
Do you enjoy?
Do you enjoy managing people? Was the original topic, and I kind of liked this idea because I feel like you have a different perspective of managing people than, let's say,
me.
like me or Noelle.
No. You think?
Yeah, dude, you definitely have a very different perspective on managing people and the level of enjoyment that you might or might not get out of it. So I thought this would be.
Well, I'm glad that we're all laughing. That's great. You think we're different on how we manage people?
I don't know. I think that maybe you just have a broader scope of the type of management that you might be doing than, let's say, I might be doing.
Okay, so I think the first thing I would say is not as nurturing. Mm-hmm. As far as, you know, what I want done as opposed to, you know what, I'm thinking about this because I was definitely different in my 20s, different in my 30s, and different in my 40s. And I think the style has changed. I don't know if I'm more short fused now than I was then, but I would actually make the argument that I was more short fused in my 20s and 30s as opposed to my 40s. So I think what I'm trying to do with the group as a whole, Carrot Restaurant Group, is I don't want to manage the employees. I want to work with the owners.
Right.
So when it comes to management style, management is definitely a thing for everybody out there. One thing that we talked about as a group was that I had management experience, corporately speaking or professionally speaking, before becoming an owner. And I don't think it was a coincidence that also Georgie Jazz Hands had management experience before becoming an owner. And I think that's a really big deal because it's almost, we had talked about it in Amuse Bouche before getting into business.
Right.
Doing something softer like one of the campgrounds or maybe, I don't know, hot dog cart. I don't give a shit. Just something just to get you warmed up before you get in. Management style, how about we break it down like this? There are people that trust people from the get-go until they burn them. And there's people that you have to earn their trust. I'd like to think that I just trust people until I get pissed off. And that's it. Because when you ask somebody to do something,
right,
not for your own betterment, for the betterment of the business, and they don't do it, you have to ask them again. Once an accident, twice my fault. What if you have to ask them a third time? And I find that's when I get really like outraged. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think leadership is a thing. I think management is absolutely a thing. And I think being a decent human being is definitely a thing.
Well, like what about the transition for you specifically? Like, so originally you're working in your restaurant. You're managing people on that level, like your employee, your day-to-day employee. And now you've kind of stepped out of that position and now you're managing people in a different capacity. So like, how do you relate those two experiences of like management?
Well, I'm not getting paid to manage. It's my business.
Right.
And I'm there daily as opposed to this is my job. I work 5 to 6 days a week. I get 401k. I get health benefits. And I have to manage people. Is there a difference in style in how you manage people? I don't know. There's some great people that have systems in place, right? And I've been told that my problem is that I don't really paint the best picture of what I want because I'm all over the place. So if there's one thing I would make better about myself, it would be a little more clear as opposed to just shouting out what I want done and then throwing a temper tantrum when it's not done. How would I rate myself as somebody rated me a 6 out of 10. I don't want to talk about that.
No, I mean, like, not like the rating of yourself, but I mean, like, how do you feel like the style is different of like managing people? Because obviously, like, if you're in the restaurant and you're managing your employees, you know, maybe you might have like a different kind of perspective on how you manage that style of employee in that type of environment versus now you're more outside of the physical restaurant and now you're managing, you know, people like managing the restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think instilling fear is a big one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys disagree with that? I don't see you running through fear, like instilling fear.
I think that the fear, I don't know. It's not like
no,
runaway
does
fear.
anybody see you coming into the restaurant and say, holy shit, Noelle's here, fix everything, let's get everything in?
No. They're like, hi.
That is correct.
So like you were saying, it's different, right? Like you went from managing employees to now essentially managing partners. I feel like I was with event planning, I have to manage a lot of things and a lot of people, including the crowds as well as all the vendors. But when I'm managing vendors, because I am the ringleader, and then I have a bunch of other little people doing other little things, I feel like I can hold them the way that I hold them accountable because like that's their specific job. You are here to be the photographer. I need you to do this. I need you to follow suit with this. You are here like I'm working with other managing partners, so to say, for this event. Whereas with employees, it's completely different. I feel like I can be so much more of a hard ass with vendors for an event because I'm like, yo, you're getting paid a lot of money to do this. Do it right. Or go set this up and go like, I can delegate better. I can do things better. In the restaurant, I'm like, it's fine. I'll just go do table 1. If you could just maybe do table 3 and then we can like work together. Like it's a completely different ballpark when they're.
Well, let's say I was managing the vendor company and you just said what you just said. I would destroy you. Yes, I would. If you ever talk to anybody like that, especially if it's
have to.
What's that?
I said I never really have to. It's very rare.
Sometimes you have to, but you have to back it up, and that's where I come in handy. I think that's my strength. I'll back it up, but especially talking down to people. I found with management, it's going to be a very short term. It's just a cancer. It's a poison. And I know I go off on my tantrums and everything, but I'd like to think I come back to earth when it comes down to it. Because do you really want people on edge around you? Nobody's on edge around me, right? No? What's a
fact check?
Nick, what do you think? You obviously have a vision. I don't know if I'm catching everything that you're saying or answering your question directly because I tend to go off into different directions. So how about you answer your own question? Do you remember what your question was? Do you want me to ask?
Do I enjoy managing people? Or do you enjoy managing people was the original question. And then I kind of spun it off a little bit.
I don't enjoy it.
You don't enjoy it? I enjoy managing people. I like bringing people together to perform a task for the greater idea of what is trying to get done. And I enjoy like when all the pieces come together, and I enjoy making sure that everybody kind of follows in their step and trying to guide those people into the right realm to get them to where I want them to be. So this way we can do what we have to do.
Well, I'll ask you, is it a love or fear thing, or is it a balance of both? Because I've heard some stories about you, brother.
Like what?
There's a little snapping going on. I've heard some stories. I talk to some people too. I'm not just in my own little world.
I feel like that my employees, while they like working with me, I think that they also do have a certain level of respect for me. Do I instill fear in them? I don't think I'm the scariest person that's out there, but I think that they know that I have certain expectations, and they know that I am not happy when my expectations are not met.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the repercussions if somebody does not, using what I used before, you ask somebody to do something and they don't do it? Do you hold them accountable? Do you get upset? Do the little things bother you? Do the big things bother you? When it comes to managing people, I think managing people is the hardest part of this gig, brother.
I mean, a lot of times, like I pull people aside all the time, and I tell them, I will always like pull somebody aside if I feel like that they're not living up to what it is that I expect them to be doing. I pull them aside. Usually, I don't make a spectacle of them in front of other people.
I hate that. That's something I've worked for a couple companies who do that. Like they don't give you the respect of, hey, can I talk to you for a minute over here? And not even like, I feel like I don't even like when people pull you aside in front of other people too, because then it's like, oh shit, they must be in trouble. Like it's a respect.
But I always try to get people, and I will explain you know, what is happening, where I think that their performance level is, where I think that their performance level should be at. And I explain the situation that's going on. And I try to use it as like a learning opportunity for them. So this way they have a better understanding of why like there's a disappointment or why there's a lack of what it is that they're doing. And I am straightforward. And I tell people like, I'm like, look, if you can't get to where we need to be, unfortunately, I am going to have to find somebody else to fill that position. Now, I don't want to have to do that. You've been here with me. I would like you to step up and perform these tasks or to be able to get to this level or raise up your maturity in these regards or these respects so that this way we can move forward. Does that make sense?
It makes absolute sense. No, I think Nick's a better manager than both of us put together.
Not speaking for you, but for me, absolutely.
Oh, you agree with that?
I think that he's a way better manager than I am.
I was just bullshitting. Just no.
No, I do because
I know I'm better than he is.
You
want to argue about it? You want to debate about it?
You obviously have a lot more experience managing people than
Did you just call me old?
No, I'm just saying that you have a broader management experience than I do. It has nothing to do with age. It just is the amount of experience that you've gathered over a period of time.
Like I said, you're a great manager. Whatever you just said worked, and I was about to get here, and then you just brought me right back down. Well said. Mm-hmm. All right, but Noelle,
do you enjoy it?
No, I hate it.
Really?
Yes, I do. After 28 years, yes. And when I say I hate it, the thing is, I want to work with people as opposed to people working for me. And I think after all these years, I'm trying to earn that right. You know what I mean? I don't think you just snap your fingers and it happens, but I don't know. Like I said, it's a long road. So for any of you managers or owners out there, you can't skip steps. You have to manage people first. And then if you're lucky enough, like me, you get to work with people in your 40s, late 40s, 50s, or maybe never. You never know. We're still moving around. Things are happening every day. Things are interchanging. But I think we've gotten married, right? We're pretty married. Kind of, sort of. Yeah? No, you don't want to get married? You want to date? All right, whatever. I'm Yianni.
Noelle.
Nick.
Restaurant
Punk.
Out! And see, that's my problem. I don't know how to... I can't articulate exactly what's on. I know what I'm thinking, but I just can't put it into words. What you got? What do you want?